to show you a couple things that that you can do to edit your reports. So let's go ahead and go to, well, today at Escapology. So I want to talk through these buttons at the top. I think are pretty safe for you to use. This button here will edit the dashboard. So this dashboard is a collection of questions. And if you don't want any of this information up here, you just hover over that question and this menu bar at the top pops up. And the most important things to use, you could make new tabs. So you could add a plus here and create a new tab. Any of these questions you can move to any other tab. So you can move them around within the tabs. You can change some visualization options around the formatting. I can change the color. I can change the goal. So if I wanted it to be 3,000 reviews, I just change it to 3,000. And as soon as I hit done, it's going to change to 3,000. Right? So let me go ahead and change that back. But that is going to let you very easily edit those sort of things. Don't worry about the click behavior because you kind of want to drill down as much as you can. The other one here, don't worry about duplicate. The other thing you can do is just flat out remove it. If I click this X, it will be removed from the dashboard and won't be seen. So I can move it around or I can remove it. Those are probably the two most important editing things you want to do, including adding that and adding tabs. You can also resize. If you hover over any of these, you'll see there's a bottom right corner. There's a little backwards L. If you grab that and move it, it will resize it and it'll move everything else out of the way. So you can just kind of drag that bottom right corner and resize these things however you want. So that is that first tab where you clicked edit. You can also add questions, which if you get pretty good at SQL and queries, you can do that. You can add headings, so you can break things up into headings. You can add sections. Don't worry about adding links, but you could add sections, you could add headings, and you can also add action buttons, but I wouldn't worry about that either. I would mainly think about, do I want to add a heading or text, or do I want to add a whole section? And so you can do that. Probably headings is the most important one for you in this top bar once you're in there. So I would save my changes, but I really haven't done anything, so I'm just going to cancel out and discard. If you don't like what you've done, you can always discard it and go back. You can also follow, so that's edit. This next button is subscriptions. If I click on this, I can email or I can send on Slack to a Slack channel any of these dashboards, and I can do it at any time. I can do it hourly, I can do it daily, weekly, monthly, whatever you want to do. And so you put in the email addresses of whoever the people are, you hit how often you want to do it, and then once you do that, you can actually send a test email to see what it looks like. You can attach the results as questions, each one will show up as an Excel or a CSV file. You can attach, you can choose which ones show up. They're all there. And so you can then email it to yourself in the morning. You would have a bunch of Excel attachments. You could open them up in Excel. You could do whatever you want. So these are really, really powerful ways to share these subscriptions. So we have in Escapology on the management side, closing report yesterday gets sent on Slack every morning at 7 a.m. I have a reports channel, and I just dump. This was our Friday, and I just dump this into a Slack channel, and then we can talk about it. And it's all the stuff in the closing report, and who worked when, how things went, things that need to get fixed. Did games go in on time? How did the mastering escape rates go? Are people adding time? How did surveys go? Are people pausing games? How long? All this information gets emailed. Here's each of the games that we played, and the revenue from each game. Any reset errors, all this gets emailed in the morning. It's just dumped in a channel, and we can go look at it and have a conversation. So subscriptions is really a powerful option. I would encourage you to think about what makes sense. I didn't want to spam you, so I didn't set it up. Sharing will allow you to either create a public link or embed it. So this Escapology, today at Escapology, I actually have a public link that I've already created. I copied it, I put it on the bookmarks bar, and any of my staff can just hit that button and they can see what's going on. They can see that dashboard. They can't edit it, they can't change anything, but once it's got the information that you feel comfortable sharing with all your staff, I would encourage you to trim that sucker down and put it out there for everybody to see. It's gonna help with everybody being able to see the most important information, and then you being able to talk about it. So that sharing button is really good. This auto refresh, we all wish Resolva had this, right? Is you can auto refresh these dashboards and you can choose how often that happens. You can also bookmark. If you bookmark it, it's going to show up when you click your menu, it's going to show up here under bookmarks. So I have a few things bookmarked, and this is one of them, Today at Escapology. So if you don't want to have to go down into the collections and find, management, closing report yesterday, you can just bookmark those things and they'll show up here at the top. Those are really the main things that you need across the top. That'll let you customize at a manageable level. If you want to get more involved in that, I'd encourage you to reach out to us. I'm happy to share everything about how to do this, but it can get complicated and you can break things at times if you're not real sure what you're doing. So give me a call, shoot me an email, talk to Kinsey, talk to support. Anybody can help you do whatever you want. The goal here is to make these reports as useful as possible, and really curious to hear y'all's feedback as you start using this stuff.